Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside to the Sunny Woolburn Recreation Center here on the campus of Rutgers University on this March 22nd, Sunday, 11 and 12-year-old session. This is session 11 in the overall championship meet here this weekend. We started Thursday night with the distance. We had a full day on Friday, full day yesterday, and here we are Sunday afternoon, taking the turn on the home stretch, as they say. So I'm here to bring you coverage. Hopefully you're enjoying the coverage. We are here for about 2 hours during this session. Bottom right of your screen, you can see the information there for this session. So that white scrolling text, that's going to walk you through.
How you doing? I'm good. I'm Curtis Friends. Hi, how are you? Good. Thank you so much. I'm not Yeah. Who's your daughter? This is the I know we all there's a video of it. Here. I don't. All right. Nice meeting you. Yeah, just do it. Mike? All right, first. Joe, CNN. Nice to meet you. Right here.
I don't have the heat sheets yet. I'm waiting for them to get updated. So, I don't know. Yeah, well, I guess I met your mom. Because I saw Chloe and then yeah, I don't have any cheats like to read from. Unfortunately, I'm dependent upon them sending them. So
I'll bring it back up.
yeah, I did the relays. Names in the relays. Supposed to go at 2:15 for the girls. There's 2 minutes there. I don't have entries. Let me just do a quick intro. Nice to meet you. Yeah, let me, whatever. All right. All right, folks. Hey, good afternoon. This is Mike. I'm back. We're waiting on the start. They said 2:15. I do not have full heat sheets. Everything looks seated though in Meet Mobile. I just need the heat sheets. So I'm waiting on that. All right, got to see your friends. All right, really glad to bring this to you. Hopefully, see some value. Oh, I got to turn the camera. All right, you see scoreboard top left here. I'll just put a bigger one. So that's Scarlet C in lane 3, lane 4, Scarlet B, and then Princeton in 5. All right, we'll take a look behind the blocks. The 2 lanes that have black lane lines around them, that's 4 and 5. So the scoreboard says Scarlet C over here in 3. You can see there's a little 3 on the side of the starting block. There it is. All right, a little hard to see from this distance, but that's your Scarlet C team. I do not have individual names. Right here is Scarlet B. And then over here in lane 5 should be the Princeton B team. So the letter designations, the A team for a given club will be the fastest seed time for that relay, and then kind of works down B and C. All right, all the information. Thanks for. All right, hey, I appreciate that. I joked. I don't know if I said it on air, said it to a person. Things blend together. I said when I originally started this, it was just a camera and some text, and then as I was sitting here, kind of got into the commentating. 2 years ago, I did this meet, and a dad from Scarlet volunteered to help me out, and it was great. Him and I kind of were like the Swim Dads podcast. I was on a joke, we could put the Kelseys or any I guess why am I'm drawing a blank now. It'll come back to me. A swim podcast. Missy Franklin, geez, name I should know off the top of my head. She does a podcast, so that dad, Steve, and I were up here, we're chatting, and as a swim parent, you get exposed to certain things. You have, likes and dislikes, and we were talking about that. So here we go. This is going to be, let me turn this back on for you. So bottom center, you see we're on event 91, heat 1, girls 11, 12, 200 free relay. There's 3 teams listed. There's 4 teams. There's not a name for lane 6. All right. So we'll try and do a quick zoom on lane 6, see if we can identify. If, is that? I forget that red cap. All right. So with this being a 200, each swimmer swimming a 50 down and back. Second swimmers are in. This is going to be one of two, I believe. All right, yes, Lifetime or Jersey Shore. That's what I was scratching my head. It has a little blue in it. I guess we can. Wow, the focus is killing me. All right, third swimmer's in. That's 100 split on the board. Low split there is that lane 6, 57.69. It's Lifetime. Thank you. All right, if you see New Jersey Devil jerseys around, that is Lifetime. There's one up there in center. We'll go back afterwards. All right, here we come. Fourth swimmer entering lane 6, Lifetime. All right, we'll take you into the finish. I'll give you a big scoreboard. You can see the times. Nice swim, ladies. All right, here we go with Heat 2. You'll see the names pop up on the scoreboard. Princeton, New Jersey Race Club. All right, all the information is in Meet Mobile. Unfortunately, I'm using the website for Be Smart, who's the timing company doing the work here, but unfortunately theirs is not updated, so I'm a little behind the 8 ball here in giving you information around seed times and things like that. All right, these are the second swimmers in, second of 4. Here's our third swimmers entering. We'll take you forward. Yeah, this is all 11 and 12-year-olds, starting with event 91. You can see all the information on the bottom right. There are a couple breaks factored in, so swimmers can recover. Up next is going to be event 92, the 11-12 boys. We have 2 heats on that side also. That lead group is lane 5, Scarlet A. Very slight lead here. In lane 4, Lifetime A, giving them a race. We'll go to the other camera that looks across. It's a little easier to see. And that is Lifetime A. Let's check out this final 50 split. 25-16 coming home, Lifetime. That's your difference maker. They take it 147.25. We'll give you a big view of that number. Let's see what they came in at. Could they have come in? I don't know. The information I have is a little questionable. I'm not going to rely on that. We'll call it a great race coming home, but from behind, Lifetime takes it. This is the boys' side. Thank you. You want to call his? Is he out there? Is he swimming in this? Do you know if he's in the next heat? Your brother? Yeah. All right, in the pool here is event 92, heat 1 of 2. We have a full stack of 8 lanes coming up next. These are our third swimmers in the pool. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, that is lane 3, Scarlet C leading. And they go low, 153.61. They came in on a 2:00, maybe a fabricated time. Here we go. Low seed here, lifetime A, 145.11 in this heat 2 of 2. On deck is going to be the 200 freestyle individual race. Oh, shucks, I didn't switch. Here we go. All right, third swimmer entering. All right, that is our fourth swimmer, lane 4, lifetime A, leading at this point. To their right or higher in your screen, that is Jersey Aquatic A, and then middle of the pool, Scarlet A in third running order right now. All right, lifetime A goes low, 140.77. Came in on a 145.11. Nice drop, guys. All right. I do not have heat sheets. I'd like to put the names on the screen.
We'll be taking a 5-minute break. Event 93 will resume at 2:28.
All right, 5-minute break. Again, you can see the structure on the bottom right, that white scrolling text. And then the results will be available in Meet Mobile. All right, if you are just joining us, we did start about 10 minutes ago. You can rewind at any point, go back and rewatch. Or if you just want to rewatch for the excitement of those races, the 11 and 12-year-olds got us off to a nice start there. I've said it a few times over the weekend. You know, Jersey swimming, a lot of strong talent. This past few days, the NCAA women's swimming occurred down in to down in Atlanta, Georgia Tech. That's the word I was looking for. So the men's will be upcoming this week, but a lot of Jersey swimmers well represented there. So, never know if we got another snowy day here in Jersey. It's a good way to rewatch. I shouldn't joke about the snow. It is nice 61 degree day outside. I did bring a fan, so where we're sitting it is 84 degrees, but with the fan it's bearable. Here's a little interesting tidbit when I was thinking about the whole temperature and everything. Here's a little, I guess, trivia more than tidbit. I'll ask, see who gets the closest answer. What is the ideal temperature in Fahrenheit for the pool water that's been determined for ideal conditions for swimming? What is that temperature? If anybody knows it, we can put it in the chat. The chat is open. It's open for, if I have an issue, like yesterday I lost audio and I didn't notice it until somebody posted, or if you have a question, something I can help with, please put it in there. All right, behind the blocks, again, I'm still waiting on my heat sheets, which, let's see if we can do anything about this. All right, you now see the names up on the scoreboard. I'll give you a big scoreboard. Move it to the side. So lanes 3, 4, and 5. Sanjana, Olivia, and Adriana. Oh, there we go. Get them all in the picture here. So lane 3, Sanjana. Lane 4, Olivia. And good help there. It was the lifetime cap that has that blue in it. All right. So looking down on her arm, so the swimmers will, this focus just has trouble from that distance. If you look at Olivia's right arm, so that's all her events. They write it down in a block, and then you look. So it's going to be event, heat, and lane. Those are the 3 key components to it. We are underway. This is heat number 1 of the 200 free, event 93, heat 1 of 3. Sorry. All right, this being a 200-yard freestyle, it is 8 lengths of the pool. So for the 11 and 12-year-olds, the record here is from 2011, Ingrid Sue at a 1:52.61. All right, this is going to be a 100-yard split. Leading them out there in lane 4 is Olivia. All right, we're at 150 on the wall here. All right, lead swimmer will be at 175. This is the final turn, 25 to go for Olivia, followed by Adriana. And then Sanjana will be coming into view here in lane 3. Let's jump forward to the finish here for Olivia. Olivia came in on a 213. She's right off that 215. Adriana swims at 222. And Sajana coming into the finish. Right on her seed time. All right, here's the names. They'll get updated on the left scoreboard. So that box I'm turning on and off, that's just a zoomed in view of the scoreboard. Since I don't have the names, I'll leave that so you can put that, turn that on so you can see that and get acquainted with the lanes for the swimmers. All right, again, I'm in the pool here. Olivia, Clarissa, Reagan, and again, it's cut off. Quinn, Kara, Julia, Jane, and Charlotte. Girls are coming back. This will be a 100-yard split. We'll give you this big scoreboard. It's easier to read. All right, the heat sheets are now available online. So I'm going to need a few seconds. I'll get that kind of into my system, and then we'll be back and running. I don't know if you can tell, I'm a little flustered not having them. I kind of get into a routine. And all right, swimmers at the left side, they'll be at 175. This will be the final turn. Here we are coming back to the finish. Nice swim. Here's that big scoreboard. All right, we'll be going to heat 3 now. Now on the top right of your screen, that orange text, that's the data that I wanted to share with you. If you've been with me before, that's kind of one of the convenience things I try and do, and hopefully you find it useful. So those are the boys' names that are going to be in the next race. All right, so it says next race. In this case, it's going to be the first heat of the next event. Other cases, it'll be, heat 2 or heat 3 if that particular event has started. All right, and then as we go, I continue to update that. That is the 100 turn, a 58.65 for Madeline. Awesome front half here. All right, this is lane 4, then 5, Madeline, and then Andrea turning there at the 150. Here we are into the finish. Madeline's going to go low, 2:00.67. That's a great drop there. Madeline came in 2:02.04. Andrea came in 20. Why my eyes are going cross? 2:03. All right, that's what we wanted. So to show you the boys with their lane assignments, and we're underway. So this is heat 1, and I should shut that off. Now on the top right of your screen are the entries for heat 2. All right, that was the 50 turn for the boys. They're at 75 now. And this is heat 1 of 2 in event 94. The names you see top right are heat 2 swimmers on deck. We'll be at 150 on the right-hand wall. That is lane 3, Brock. Lane 7, Ricardo. Here we come into the finish. Again, this is heat 1 of 2. Low time on the board, 2:06.90 for Ricardo. Ricardo came in on a seed 2:10.84. That's like a 3.9 drop. Nice swim, Ricardo. Here we are with our heat 2 of 2, and then we'll go to the 50 butterfly. On the bottom right, you can see the order. We're on event 94. We just had that break. And the numbers you see down there, so after the butterfly, it says 43, 6, 52, and 7. That's the number of entries. That's pre-scratch, but I left that in that just so you can get an idea how many entries there were for that particular race. All right, lead swimmer is in lane 4. That's Cole. This is a turn at 100. He's turning 55.63. Let's get up close and personal here with Cole. This is a 125-yard turn. We'll be turning here at 150. We're now at 175. All right, so I see a guess out there between 78 and 82. It's kind of a big range. So you're kind of on target. That's a big range. 155.80 for Cole. Just off his already impressive 153.65. Record there, Vinny Marciano back from 2014. Here we go, the next race here. I'll show you the names, or the times real big. Then we'll show you the names for the girls about to go. Did I say what the time was? 146.94 from Vinny years ago. This is event 95, heat 1 of 6. Names for heat 2, top right of your screen. All right, so this is a 50 down and back. We're going to be moving quick. First to the wall, 32.62 for Adriana. Next heat, heat 2. Names top right here, heat 3 entries. Record here, Samantha Vilsaeus, 26.08, and that record is from 2021. Low time on the board there, lane 2, 30.79 for Mackenzie. That's a nice drop off of 31.55 seed. This is heat 3. Wait. Why'd the board go to 96.1? Hold on. I don't know if it really mattered. All right. The board is on the wrong. Oh, now they're right. 95.3. All right, names for 4, top right. In the pool is 3, though. Keep an eye on lane 1. We have a little outside smoke here, 1 and 8. 8's gonna take it, 30.37 for Rhea. That's 1.1 drop. Awesome. Great swim. I'll show you the big scoreboard. Here's the names for our heat 4. Top right, those names are the heat 5 swimmers. Close one here, 5 or 7, and it is 1. Ari up in 1, goes 30.29, dropping off at 31.01. Nice swim, Ari. This is heat 5 of 6. Names you see top right are the heat 6 swimmers. Abby Fang, low seed, lane 4. Low time there, 29 flat for Natasha. That's a 1.3 30.39 drop for Natasha. Awesome. Final heat. Then we have 7 on the boys' side. The names top right are the first heat for the boys. So again, it says next race. Since this is the last heat here, the next race will be heat 1 on the boys' side. Low time, lane 4, Abby goes low, 26.72. Right on her seat. She came in 26.6. Nice swim, Abby. Congrats. Oh, we'll show you the big picture. Okay, so those times are legit and the names just rolled already. So, all right, so the official said stand. Heat 1 of 7. Names for heat 2, top right. Record here, Vinny Marciano, a 23.63 back in 2014. Guys are into the wall. Nice swim. Low time. 30.84 for Wenke. It's almost a full second drop. Nice swim. Oh, those names didn't get updated, folks. I am sorry. Those were not right. Why didn't that? Should have been right. What happened there? Oh, no, they were right. I was just looking at the W. Those were right. Sorry. This is heat 2. Sorry. False alarm. This is heat 2 coming back. Low time 31.06 for Andrew in 7. That's a 0.69 improvement. Thank goodness it wasn't 0.67. We are underway here with heat 3, moving quickly. Three of 7 in the pool. Names for 4, top right. Keep an eye on lane 1, top of the screen. That's Wyatt. Oh, no. Lane 5's going low here. That's Lawrence. 30.32 for Lawrence. Came in on a 31.22. That's 0.9. We'll give you the big screen. We'll give you names. Heat 4 underway. Top right is the names for 5. Oh, that was too early on my part. Sorry. Lane 4, Sindat goes low, 29.58 for him. Is that? Yep, breaking the 30. Came in 30.46. Nice job. Heat 5 in the pool. All right, names on the top right are your next heat. I don't know if somebody's grandmother's out there watching today. I heard she was watching yesterday. Up next is heat 5. I'm sorry, heat 5 is in the pool. Up next is heat 6. Another lane 1 putting a challenge there. Low time goes to lane 1, 29.39 for Evan. Evan came in 30.35. It's almost a full second. Nice job, Evan. I updated the PTAC logo today too. So if you were looking for the other one, sorry, I should have made notice. The other one was kind of not good quality. So should have told you in advance. I did not. In the pool is Heat 6. Names for 7, top right. Oh, time. Look at that, lane 4. Brandon, 2864 seed. He goes 2742. That's over a second. Nice drop, Brandon. We'll give you the names. Sorry, I didn't show you the big scores. There they are. Here's the names for the last heat. Heat 7 of 7. Then we'll slow down. We'll go to the 100 backstroke for the girls. This is our final heat. That is Eddie Cooper in 4. Eddie dropping time off of 26.6. He goes 26.62. 28.3. All right. Let me show you the big score. They changed it already. I missed it. Sorry, folks. I didn't capture the big scoreboard before they changed it. But all the results, give it a few seconds. That last heat had some really talented guys. Eddie Cooper does go low. All right. So we're going to come back in a few minutes. Whew. Event 97. Again, bottom right is the menu of events and all the information. 2 options. One is Meet Mobile, which is a subscription-based product application. I subscribe to it, so I can't tell you if they're doing it for free or not. If anybody out there does not subscribe and is using Meet Mobile and seeing results, if you could put it in the chat, let everybody else know. The other option is off the Be Smart website. So if you just Google Be Smart, B-E, new word, smart, swimming, you'll find their website. And then one of the main meets, because we are kind of into championship season, there's not a lot of options. The main meet you'll see that says NJS SC short course gold. So that's what the SC stands for up on the scoreboard, short course. Somebody had asked earlier, New Jersey Swimming has asked me to cover the long course golds. Unfortunately, I can't commit to it right now. I'm trying to work through a scheduling challenge. We'll just put it like that. So that's to be determined. But while we're in this break, real quick, I'd like to say, thank you, New Jersey Swimming and Scarlet, bringing me out. Full disclosure, I am being compensated. I think it's a very fair price I'm being compensated. So, I was talking to actually somebody, a parent before, and, I'm really about promoting swimming, especially in New Jersey. I'm born and bred in New Jersey. So in the past, I have done meets purely on my dime. So no charge. Like last year, the high school meet of champions preliminaries were not being covered. So I did that voluntarily. Great experience, both for me. And then I had a high school senior get on the microphone and actually assist. And you just see kind of talent and knowledge in kids and insight, especially in the swimming world. So if you're not familiar out there, again, with the younger kids, maybe you're not as looped into the social media side, but there's a gentleman, if you go to Instagram, Kyle Sockwell, K-Y-L-E, first name, last name Sockwell, S-O-C-K-W-E-L-L. Take a look for him. He's awesome. He's all about promoting swimming. He does a few kind of cornball things. I would say it to his face. They are cornball. He's races in jeans. He races in overalls. He's raced in oversized boots. But it's all about promoting swimming. And last year he went around promoting college dual meets. So again, I'm not trying to, I'm just sharing my experience. So I have two daughters. They swam, and I tell them all the time, they weren't overly competitive. They were good average swimmers, but they got a lot out of it. And when you get to the high school level, the camaraderie, the excitement and everything of a high school team is awesome. The one story I tell, they had a transfer come in from California a few years ago. First name Hannah. I'm not going to fully say her name. She was top 10 in California. She came to Jersey, never swam on a intermediate like team. She was always top tier. And she joined the high school team because obviously she was that talented. And she said it was one of the greatest experiences to have that camaraderie going on the bus and so on. So just, sometimes there's little things, but again, just sharing my experience over the years. But the other thing too, a high school swim meet is an hour and a half in and out. So the 3-4 hours of these invitational types, it's a lot different when you get to that. So that is something to experience. Unfortunately, for this year, the high school season is over. But bring the kids out next year. Go to a high school meet. It's exciting. All right, that's that. I'll get off my soapbox now. So. All right. Yes, Kyle Sockwell does also swim. He swam at Arizona State. All right, this is 100 back. We have Sajana, Emily, and Ariana. And again, I apologize if I mispronounce any names. All right, this is 100 back, heat 1 of 4. Names for heat 2 are now updated. Took me a while. On the top right of your screen. Record here is 57.71 from Hannah Bateman back in 2021. All right, we're coming into the finish. We'll give you the big scoreboard. Again, I'm just popping that up. That's a zoomed in view of the scoreboard on the top left. And that scoreboard, all I do is point a video camera at it. I don't integrate with the timing system. So, all right, and there's that PTAC logo. Again, lane 2, any of the Princeton team here. I did change that overnight. So if you're visually just trying to match logos, keep an eye. That's the one I'll be using. We're underway with heat 2 of 4. Names for heat 3 are on the top right of your screen. All right, I see the comment. I'm not familiar with the Kyle Mills. I would stick with the Kyle Sockwell. And the other thing is, with the Olympics in LA in a couple of years, it's going to be interesting. If you're not familiar, there's an outstanding swimmer in South Jersey, Audrey Devereaux. She's a junior in high school. Her and her sister went to trials, Olympic trials a couple of years ago. So a lot of skill. So Haddonville High School and potential having Jersey talent. And then Anna Mosh, obviously from Somerset County. She's at Virginia. Low time there, 106.39 for Michaela. Michaela came in 109.54. That's a 3+ second drop. I'm slow on this button. All right, here we are with our next heat. This is heat 3 of 4. Nice swim there, Michaela. Go Rebels. I agree. That was nice job, Michaela. Awesome. Appreciate the comment there, I can't read it. Names for 4, top right. If I overlook something, again, 8 swimmers, a little more difficult than 6. Please put it in the chat. Let's give the kids recognition. I started something yesterday. The day before on Friday, I joked about giving out ice cream. I said somebody should get ice cream when they drop 10 seconds. And then that night on the drive home, I got thinking. So I got the okay from Jersey Swimming that I am allowed to commit to give out ice cream. Now, I'm not doing it today because it is 84 degrees here. It would melt. I'll follow up with the coaches, send them a gift card, and it'll be designated for a swimmer if they want to share. I can't commit to the whole team, but I will take care of a portion of the swimmers with a gift card. So here we go. Lane 5 coming into the finish. That's Nanami, 107.15. Came in 108.47. That's a nice drop, 1.3. All right, so I will say, kind of give a public accolade when something strikes me, and then I'll take notes and then follow up during this week with the coach on that topic. So really want to give back a little, and I just remember, wrong button. I just remember a lot of times driving home. I have 2 older daughters. That was always the thing. Let's stop and get ice cream because, there was something significant. So pass it on. All right, final heat here. Heat 4 of 4. Then you'll see names for the boys on the top right. That is their heat 1. Low time here, Madeline Hackett, 101.48. Madeline's going to go low here too. Also, I should say. At the turn, she's turning at 50, 30, 42. All right, final 25, final half a pool left to go. That is Madeline in 4, just off her seed. She goes 102.5, adding a little bit, but congratulations. That is your low time. Nice job. Oh, let's go there. All right, we'll show you those times real quick. There we go. So if I'm making you dizzy, I apologize. Just trying to put everything on screen. So if you want, you can pause it, rewind it, and then see it. Again, the times will all be in Meet Mobile, so you don't need to screenshot it or anything. Now, pretty good confidence that Madeline is going to be the champion based on her performance there. But I can't call it champion because I'm very, not superstitious, but just hesitant. So if there was a DQ for some reason, then, that would be bad. So I don't want to kind of crown champions here. We'll wait for the official word from downstairs. So that's why I'm not claiming things like that. All right, here's the boys. Vinny Marciano, again, record holder in this one, 51.40 back in 2014. This is heat 1 of 4. Give you a little close-up here with the swimmers. Names on the top right are your heat 2 swimmers. Jokingly, I call this Grandma Cam because let's take a look at Wyatt here into the wall. Nice job, Wyatt. He goes low. First heat, 106. Wyatt's dropping 3+ seconds. Came in on a 110. He goes 106. We'll show you that big. There's his times, and then here we go. Next heat, heat 2 of 4. All right, in the pool is 2. The names for 3, top right. Low, it's first to turn, I should say. I'm sorry. Low split there, 32s. Again, this is heat 2 of 4. Lane 2, lane 5. Who's going to go low? It is lane 5. Mason goes low, 106.78. Came in 109.49. That's about 2 3/4. Nice drop there, Mason. This is heat 3. Names for 4, top right. First to turn, lane 6, Joey Cuomo. Joey's turning 31.63. Keep an eye on lane 1. He's having a big second half. That's Brock Rosenblum. Joey's going to go low, 105.95. Brock dropping a ton of time up there, though. Dropping over 2. Nice job. All right, low time there was a 105.95, though. This is our final heat. This is heat 4. So this was supposed to start at 3:17. We are running early. It is 3:08 real time. Names you see top right. 50 freestyle for the women or the girls up next. Looks like lane 4, Eddie Cooper's going low here at the 50. We're turning at 28.8. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting this is 100. All right, that's Eddie in 4, first to turn. Take you wide. All right, and into the wall. Eddie goes low, 58.31. Eddie, congratulations. Low time and breaking the 100. Nice job. 58.31. That's awesome. There's that time. Here we go for the first heat. Event 99, 50-yard freestyle. Heat 1 of 4. All right, on to event 99. Record here is 23.94 by Emily Thompson. Who's a swimmer from Somerset County Y. She swims currently at Stanford. This is going to be the finish, down and back. That's all we get, 50 yards. Low time there is Kiki in 3, 28.13. Right on her seed, 33. That was heat 1 of 4. Here's our swimmers for 2. Names top right are your heat threes. This is 2 of 4. We're in the finish here. Low time there, 27 flat for Michaela. Sorry, I didn't even get to put that on. What a 27-20. That's 0.54 drop for Michaela. Nice swim. This is 3 of 4. Eric Cooper joining the same heat with his big brother Eddie. Let's go. Good job, guys. That's awesome. All right, low time there, 27:07 for Abigail. That's dropping 0.32. We'll show you the big scoreboard. I don't know if you guys are finding it helpful with the big scoreboard or not. The one comment I do get is the scoreboard's hard to read, but I try and balance the amount of real estate it takes up. This is our heat 4. Eric, take a look. We have Kevin, take a look. Eric Cooper next heat. All right, into the finish, 25.51 for Madeline. That's him dropping off 25.57. Always improving. Good job, Madeline. Julianne went from 26 to 25 there. There's your big scoreboard. We're moving too quick. Here's Eric Cooper up in 2. This is the boys free. You got to move very fast here. 4 heats. Down and back. That's all we get. Heat 1 of 4. That is lane 5. Isaac going low. 26.27. Dropping over a second off 27.53. Heat 2. Names for 3 are on the top right of your screen. Lane 6, Brock goes low, 27.11. Dropping time off of 27.20. Here we go, heat 3. All right, up next, heat 4 names. Top right, we have Eddie Cooper coming up next. All right, here's our lows times going to maybe lane 1. No, he goes second place. Alexander. Hey, Grandma, you watching? Alexander went low, 26.44. Dropping off at 26.50. Nice job, Alexander. Sorry for I just ratted you out that you're watching. This is final heat. All right, small world out of the blue. I used to work with Alexander's dad. So. All right, what do we? Oh shucks, I got a little. All right, here, let's look at that. I don't know if we're getting a break or not. I have a little home.
Attention,
Oh,
we will be
yeah.
taking a 5-minute break. We'll be taking a 5-minute break.
All right.
The next event will start at 3:20.
All right, 5-minute break. The interesting thing, what's going on? We have 400-yard IM up next. It's event 101 for the girls. There's 3 swimmers there. And then the boys' first heat has 4 swimmers. So they're going to combine them. I don't know which one's going first. So you guys then just have to bear with me for 1 second. All right, top right of your screen is option 1. Now on the top right is option 2. All right, so let me look. So when you have long races like a 400 IM and you don't have full 8 lanes of swimmers, the admin staff can't call it gets creative. They just, want to be time efficient. So if I look in Meet Mobile, I don't know if we're going with. Normally they give me an indication that the boys are going to swim up with the girls or the girls are swimming back with the boys. All right, so on the top right, that orange text, I'll make it bigger for you. All right, now it's screaming at you. All right, so you see Nia, Amber, and Cassie. They are part of event 101. They're in heat 1 in lanes 1, 2, and 3. Now, Brandon, Ethan, Santi, and Luca, 5, 6, 7, 8, are in heat 1, but in event 102. All right, so again, there was 3 entries for the girls, 4 for the boys. Now, if this was, again, one thing I been accused of doing, and I'll fully admit it, I over-explain things. So if you're not, if you're new to swimming, and I imagine there's an aunt, an uncle, a friend, a cousin that's out there, and maybe he's never seen a swim meet and things seem confusing, I tend to over-explain things. So since this event is a 400-yard IM, and the swimmers came in with seed times like about 5 minutes, it just makes sense as opposed to running one 5-minute race with 3 swimmers and another with 4 swimmers to put them together. So that's what I'm showing you here on the top right is the 3 girls in 1, 2, 3 are going to be paired up at the same time with 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the times will stay separate. The 3 girls in 1, 2, and 3 will also be, in a sense, competing with their times against the swimmers you see towards the bottom, the other 1 through 8, because those are the girls that are being in heat number 2. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. If I didn't confuse you, I don't hand out homework, so I can't ask you to rewind, rewatch. So, all right. The other thing that people ask about, which while we have a little time here, so in the pool, there's something called touch pads. So back here, there they are. So if you look through this gentleman sitting in the chair, that metal rack, it's aluminum. You see that black and silver thing that's going to extend just short of the size of that rack. That is the touch pad. So it's whatever, 7 feet wide, 2 feet tall. Those then get placed in the pool. Like so here's one of them right there. So if you see the black on the outside of that, and then the gray in the center with the square. Hey, I gave a shout out to Brandon. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Mom. Hello. Okay. All right, so that is the touchpad, that the wire that comes up and next to the starting block is connected into the timing system. All right. So as the swimmers come into the wall, all right, let's go here. Oh, we are swimming heat 2. Shucks. Hold on, folks. I should have known this. Gosh. All right, we're underway. Here's the large scoreboard. You can see who's in the pool. I guessed wrong on what they were doing. All right. Totally guessed wrong. Olivia Soa. Event 101, Heat 2. Oh, it is here. All right. All right, so refer to the scoreboard. I'm going to do this real quick. We'll do this. I'll put the scoreboard on. So Olivia's in 1, Selena in 2, Julianne in 3, Abby Fang in 4. This is 101 Heat 2. All right, again, this is a 400 IM. Swimmers are coming back to the start end. They've completed the first 100 yards. So they've completed the butterfly. They are now on backstroke. So it being a So it being a 400, they're going to swim 100 yards of each stroke. All right. So now we're halfway through the backstroke. They still have 2 lengths down and back of the backstroke. So the names you see on the top right is the combined girls and boys race that's going to be next. Take a look here. Lead swimmer is lane 4, Abby Fang. So this is going to complete the backstroke segment. She's completed 200 yards. She will now go to breaststroke. And then after 100 yards of breaststroke, we will have 100 yards of freestyle. So white cap is Annie in lane 5. Black cap, Abby Fang in 4. They are our 2 lead swimmers. We'll take a zoom up here. This is lanes 3 and 2, Julianne and Selena. Then we have Olivia in 1. Other swimmer down here, Julia in 7 from Cougar Aquatic Team. All right, we'll jump forward. Lead swimmers have turned halfway through their breaststroke, making their way back. Lane 3 and 2 has turned. 1 is about to turn. And then Julia in 7 is turning now. All right. So Annie in 5, Abby in 4. They have 25 to go on this breaststroke. Let's take a look up top of the screen. Lane 1, just because it's so far away. That is Olivia. All right, back to the start. They're on freestyle now, so they've completed 3/4 of it. 300 yards are done. You can see that now. Lanes 3 and 2 have turned. 1 is about to turn. 7 is coming in under the flag. She'll be turning to freestyle. Our lead swimmers coming back. This is 5, Annie, and then 4, Abby. They'll have 50 to go. They're turning here. All right, 50 to go there for lane 3, 50 to go for lane 2. we'll just jump you down to the far end. This will be 25 to go for lane 5, Annie. She'll be finishing at the right-hand side. Same with Abby in 4. I will take you a wide view. Lane 7 has 50 to go. Julia's got to go down and back. That's a finish there, 4:47 for Annie. That's a nice drop. She came in 4:55. Abby goes 4:51 just off her seat time. And a finish there in lane 3 for Julianne, 4:59, right on her seat. Stays sub 5. Good job. 5:03 for Selena. That's a 10-second drop. Hey, Selena, let's get some ice cream for Selena. Nice job. Princeton Tiger swimming. She goes 5:03. All right, so I'll write a note there. Selena Min. All right, I think, let's show you the times real quick. All right, we're going with the guys. What are we doing? I'm sorry, this is the split, so I was sort of right. Here we go. Women or girls in 1 through 3. And then we have the boys. And again, I'll just show you on the big scoreboard. That's who's in the pool. And we can do it this way too. Here's a better view of that. All right, so 1, 2, 3 are the girls from that heat 1. 5, 6, 7, 8 are the boys from their heat 1. All right. So the times will be separated. The girls and the boys. The girls' times going into their event 101. The boys going into their event 102. And then factored in. The record here is 4:31 by Chloe Kim. Talented swimmer swimming at Princeton. And then on the boys' side, the same Richard Poplowski. 4:13. He holds the record. All right, let's take a look. Lanes 1, 2, and 3. Lane 1 against the wall is Nia. Lane 2 in the middle is Amber. And then we have Cassandra in 3. All right, this is the first half of their backstroke legs. We'll give you a wider view. A couple of the guys are turning. That is lane 7, Santi. Lane 6, lane 5. Lane 6 is Ethan, Brandon in 5, and then Luca in 8. While we have the backstroke, let's take a look at the guys. This is lane 7, Santi. 6 and 5, Ethan and Brandon. And then lane 8, Luca. We'll go back to the start. This is going to be 200 yards complete halfway through, so they'll transition to breaststroke. On the flip turn, nice job, Santi. All right, as you see, most swimmers just coming in, hand turning it. He did a flip. I think lane 8 might have too. I don't know. Got to double check that one. All right, we're on to the breaststroke. This will be the 25 complete, 75 to go of the breaststroke. So up next is going to be the heat 2 for the boys. This is the second 50 of the breaststroke. All right, back to the start. Lane 7, our lead swimmer on the boys' side, Santi. He'll be turning, going to freestyle. That is Ethan in 6. Now on the top half of your screen, lane 2, Amber will turn freestyle, followed by Nia and then Cassandra. I will go to a wide view here. So lead boy, lane 7, going behind the lifeguard chair. We'll take this turn with him. 50 down, 50 to go with a freestyle there for Santi in 7. Followed by Ethan in 6. And up on the top, first to turn there is lane 2, Amber, followed by Nia in 1. And then Cassandra's already under the flag. She's turning. We'll stay here for a second. We're then have a finish coming in. This is Santi in 7. It's going to go sub 5. Right at it. Yes. 4:59.88. Nice job. Came in 5:13.56. Nice job, Santi. 5:06 there for Ethan. That's a 6-second drop. Lane 8 to the wall. 5:15, 4-second drop for Luca. Oh, I'm sorry, the ladies have finished too. 5:16. Brandon's right on his time. We'll give you the big screen. All right, Nia 5:17. She's dropping time. 5:17, 5:18, 5:26. 5:17. Yep. There's a 6-second drop for. I didn't put the names up. Here's those names of the in the pool. Sorry, this is heat 2 of 2 for the boys. I'll give you those from the scoreboard. Here they are. Evan, Marcus, Diego, Misi, Justin, Andrew, Rory, and Wyatt. All right. Here they are turning at the 50. All right. Sorry. So just wrapping up. So the Nia and Amber, I think each about a 6-second drop. Nice job. But the big drop there, Santi Sanchez from Scarlet goes sub 5. You want to know something, folks? That's another ice cream. Let's go. Santi Sanchez will be reaching out to your coach. Nice job. All right. This is the second heat for event 102. Sorry, I was a little distracted there. As the guys come back, they'll be halfway through their backstroke. All right, we're going to have relays next. Just trying to get those names updated for you. So the top right is the girls 200 or 400 yard medley relay. Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing the comment. Snally gets ice cream. I don't know if you posted that before or after I said it. I'm just seeing that. So the 400 medley relays are up next. You see the teams there for the girls. All right, let's get here. In the pool, lane 4, this is Misi. Lane 5 to Misi's left is Justin. All right, third running order is lane 3, Diego. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed lane 7 there, folks. Third running order is Rory in 7. So we're halfway through breaststroke here. All right, lead swimmers here, 4 and 5. Now coming into your picture, we have lane 7 turning, lane 3, lane 6, lane 1, lane 2.
Please pick up your medals after the relays. Again, if you will not be attending finals, please pick up your medals after the relays.
All right, we're on to the freestyle. So the comment, if I could read the real names, I don't get all the names. I just get the teams. So unfortunately, I don't have them to read. After the race in Meet Mobile, it identifies the individual swimmers in the team. All right, we're at halfway through freestyle. Lane 5 now leading. That is Justin Zhao, just in front of Misi. Less than a second at that last wall. This is going to be the last turn, 25 to go. We'll give you the cross-sectional view. You can see half a body into the wall. 4:43 there for Justin. So Justin's seed time, 4:53.86 for Justin. Nice 10-second drop there. Misi KA swam a 4:43, came in 4:45. He's dropping time. And where else? I'm sorry, we'll put you the big screen here. Third to the wall was Rory. Rory goes sub 5, came in 5:06. He goes 4:54. I have to go back and rewind that.
The meet will resume at 3:42.
All right, we have a 5-minute break. I got to
Good
go back.
afternoon, New Jersey swimming. Can I have your attention for a short moment? We would like to recognize the 11-12 high point swimmers from this meet. In third place, from Metro Lifetime, Reagan Walsh. In second place, from Whitewater, Abby Fang. And your 2026 High Point champion from Clifton Seahawks, Madeline Hackett. Madeline, if you are here, we have an award for you. On the boys' side, from Ocean County YMCA, your third place high point finisher, Mr. Cole Dorns. In second place, from Metro Lifetime, Tyrion Fernando. And your high point male from Jersey Aquatic Center, Eddie Cooper. Thank you for your attention. The meet will resume at 3:42. So Madeline and Eddie, if you are here, please come pick up your awards.
All right, that is Coach John from Cougar Aquatics. I don't know why we're out of focus. Oh, there's our award winner. All right, behind the scenes. All right, congratulations. Again, that information will be available in Meet Mobile and also on the Be Smart website. So looking back on that last race, so low time, Justin Zhao, 4:43. Dropping 10 seconds off his time. And then Misi dropping for a couple seconds. Third to the wall, 4:54. Rory dropping 11 and change. And you know what that means. We'll get some ice cream out for Rory and New Jersey Race Club. So that's added to the list. All right. We're burning through the marketing money. Rory Murray. All right, let's take a look behind the blocks. Our team. So the names you see on the top right, those are the teams. I should have been doing this the whole time. I apologize. Let's go here. We'll turn this on. Now you see the alignment. So some of the teams, like lane 5 is the Princeton A team. Lane 1 is the Princeton B team. All right, lane 3, Scarlet A is not here. We are underway. So this is a 400 medley relay. This is different order than the individual medley that we just swam, because obviously the backstroke's gonna go first here because you're changing swimmers. Can't really do a backstroke start off the block. So it's a 400-yard race. So each swimmer's gonna go down and back, making 100 yards. I'll give you the big scoreboard just so you can see the teams. So Princeton B, Lifetime B, empty lane, lane 4, Lifetime A. Then we have Princeton A, Jersey Aquatic A, Scarlet B, Scarlet C. All right, we're transitioning. Second swimmer entering the pool here. We have our breaststrokers now in the pool. That is lane 6, Jersey Aquatic out in the lead. That swimmer went home 33.46 to put them in the front based on that backstroker. From this view, you can see the running order here. Lane 6, lane 5, lane 4, 1, 2, 7, 8. All right, let's take a look across the pool. Here's lanes 1 and 2. Lane 1 against the wall. That's your Princeton B. Then we have Lifetime B. Lane 6 has turned. Final 25 of the breaststroke. Next swimmer entering. All right. Lane 6 continues to lead, but lane 4 has definitely shortened up that lead. This is the only heat here, so significant. All right, we'll get a good look at the lead. Now it's definitely changed. Lane 4 has taken the lead. We'll go back to the start end. Next swimmer's entering lane 4, then 5, and then 6. That was a 34.88.50 on that lane 4 swimmer. All right, we got to go wide just so we can grasp what's going on. Middle of the pool going left to right. That is your lead swimmer. $50 to go. 27.7 for that Princeton swimmer on the front 50. We'll see. She's kind of on her feet. We'll see what this turn brings. All right, we'll give you the view across. Lane 4 is then a hold on. Lifetime A takes it 4.26 flat. Awesome race. Good strength there coming home. 4.27 for PTAC. The Tigers dropping time on their 4.29 seed. Here is those times. That was exciting. Big effort there, both sides. The front half of that from the Princeton swimmer, and then ultimately the Lifetime swimmer hanging on. All right, that was the only heat for the girls. We'll just real quick see the boys behind the blocks. They're then a step in for backstroke. And here's their lane assignments. Again, Scarlet A in 5, Scarlet B in 2, Scarlet C is in 1. And then Lifetime B in 7, Lifetime A is over here in 4. That is lane 5, 4, 3, 6, 2, 1, 7 is your running order. Running orders matter here. This is the only heat. It's going to dictate who's going to take home the most points in the championship title for this event. And it's going to come to conclusion for the 11, 12-year-olds. All right, we have our first transition coming up. Lane 4, big second half. Put them in the lead by half a body there. 32.08, lane 4 coming home. All right, they're ready on the far wall. We'll try and get some faces here. Let's go down to, this is lanes 6 and 7. Lead group is just in front of them. You can see 1 and 2 is also turned. All right, lane 3 now. First to turn at the far end. That is your Jersey Aquatic team. That lack of focus, that's on my side. I don't know what's going on here. Next swimmer is ready to enter lane 3. Nice job there, giving them the lead at this point. You can see that half a body as they go to the butterfly. We'll stay here for a second and swing you all the way down to the other end. One more. There we go. Everybody's in. Lead group making their way back already. We'll jump forward. This will be a turn. We'll be halfway through. Lane 4 has shortened up that lead. You can see them going right to left. We have 3 groups going right to left, 4 groups going left to right. Lane 8 is empty. All right, so our lead group will be transitioning. We'll go across so you can see the difference. Those are pretty much even, but they didn't enter even. Lane 3, slight lead. Third group in the pool. We'll go wide. All right, so we have 2 freestylers, the 2 leaders. They have lapped some swimmers. They'll be turning, coming back. So this is first and second. Third place running order will be in lane 5. See, middle of the pool freestyle. The other groups just started their freestyle. So the battle here is for first. Third is kind of locked up by lane 5. And then 4th, 5th, and 6th look to be at a battle. This is a finish. Looks like lane 3, Jersey Aquatic, will take it. Lane 3 and 4 finishing. They do. They take it 409.33 to a 409.68. That lifetime. Kudos to him coming home 29.44. And shaking hands afterwards. Nice job, guys. All right, we'll go cross section. Yeah, 1 and 2. We're gonna get there. All right, that was really close between the 2 Scarlet teams. And here we are, close again. OCY and Lifetime B. All right, folks. That was exciting.
Congratulations to all swimmers. Just wanted to announce, it didn't affect the high points, but there was a miscalculation of the 400 IMs. And on your men's side, in 3rd place, Tyron Fernando. In 2nd place from Jersey Aquatic Center, Missy Mason. And Eddie Cooper retains his spot as number 1 with 160 points. Apologize to Missy for that. Thank you.
All right, Coach John from Cougar Aquatic, thank you. Nice job. All right, that's going to wrap up this session. So I have a few ice cream commitments to follow through with. I'll take care of that. Glad you can join us. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. For everybody posting comments and input, thank you. Makes it a lot easier and keeps me more informed on what's going on. And congrats, Eddie, and why am I drawing a blank? His brother's name, Eric. Nice swimming there, guys. All right, we're back shortly. It's 3:54, as you can see. What time are we coming back? Sunday finals, 5 o'clock. So for the older kids, 13, 14, and then 15 and above, they're 2 different groups. We'll have the 13, 14 girls, 13, 14 boys, and then the 15 and over women, 15 and over men. Quite a few races. We start at 5 o'clock, go till about, 7:30-ish. And we'll be on the air. So if you're not doing anything later, give it a watch, or it'll be available to rewatch at a later point. Plenty of things to watch on TV. So NCAA basketball obviously is one of the probably more popular, but hopefully you're tuning in later, cheering on some swimmers going for championship hardware. This is Mike, Common Guy Sports. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.